RealGenericDemon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 26, Volume 11. Yes, it ran over a little bit, simply because we had to do all of those tapes from OnyxBox, which were really, really good. Anyway, you want to know who won the public vote. So the public vote was basically whether or not it was going to be 10 great games from Gremlin, or whether or not it was going to be live action, or the live, is it live ammo or live action? Live action, I think it is. Pretty sure that they say live ammo somewhere else, but anyway, I'm looking up above me because I've got another version of it. Anyway, right, so question is, which one was the winner? Was it this one or was it this one? Well, with 60% of the vote, it was 10 great games. So this is going to be an extremely long episode because we're going to have to get through all 10 of these. There's a lot of good games on here to go through, from Mask to The Duct, which I've never played before. I've never seen that one before. To Vida's Aim Monty, to Convoy, to Jack the Nipper 2, it's Infiltrator, isn't it, down there? But anyway, and Death Wish 3, which is my personal favourite. So without, soon we'll get out of the tape drive, but I want to show you the things I've collected recently because there's some blooming awesome stuff. So here we go. There's quite a lot, so get ready. Brace yourself. I've been collecting quite a few things and I'm dropping them on the side while we're doing this. So I got this one, which I really like because it's got a really nice case. Look at this. The person I got it from really does look after these things. So lovely case. All the instructions in there. And what a weird, strange piece of paper. What's that? Oh, it's a map. It's a map. It's a map of Persia and things like that. So we know we're doing when we're a Roman Empire, or the fall of the Roman Empire, should I say, or the fall of Rome. So yeah, I was quite excited by that. Yeah, it actually says there, colour map inside. Everything with that one, brilliant. Love a good clamshell. We also got these ones, and do you know what? There's a few of these I'm going to go, I don't recognise the people. I got this one from Liversoft, or Liversoft. Liversoft? How would you say that? It could be Liversoft because it is from Liverpool. And when I say Liverpool, I always say it with a sort of Liverpool accent, and it's can't help myself. Sorry, people from Liverpool. But yeah, no idea what that is. I have a feeling it's quite like Phoenix. Remember the Phoenix arcade game? I also got this one because I don't know why. I kind of like the train games, and they're quite popular actually as well. No graphics to show you, unfortunately. But yeah, mid-rail this one. I see it's the Midlands Rail System. Doesn't actually say. Not on the bottom, not on the cover anyway. Very, very plain sort of cover, but kind of cool. Bit of steam engine there. Oh, throwing it one side as well. I'm really good today. I'm throwing loads of things. I got this one because I'm sure I've seen it in What's on the Tape before, and to be fair, it looks all right. Kentucky Racing. It does actually look interesting though. If you look at the pictures here, they do look quite. Yeah, they do look like it's something slightly different. I don't think I've played that one before. Anyway, alternative re-release, of course. And then this one, and I don't recognise the lady on the front. I really don't. It's like so long ago. You can barely recognise the hair. It's all Carol Vorderman here. Look at that. And who was this lady? Is that Carol Vorderman? I don't think that was Carol Vorderman. Was there somebody before Carol? I have a feeling there was, So Countdown, basically. Yes, Countdown. The adaptation from the sort of from the TV show. Now, if you want to see a decent video on this, go look for J.S. Manchild because he does he's done quite a lot of TV stuff. So yeah, absolutely go have a look at that. But as I say, I can barely recognise that's a proper 80s hairdo, isn't it? Look at it. All full. That's all full of hair. That's all hell full of hairspray, isn't it? Nowadays, she'd probably have her buttocks because she's very into her buttocks because she won, Rear of the Year many times. Anyway, the next one was again another one from the same person. It was the 3D Game Maker from CRL. I haven't got it in my collection. I don't even know. Yeah, it's these ones. We've had a few games that come from this where if you put too much graphics or too much on the screen, it became a bit of a nightmare. But both the discs, both the tapes are in there. Pretty impressive, room designers and everything, so you can build yourself a whole 3D isometric game. So I'll be building one of those just for Dave Birdsall and myself because we love them so much. And the last from that little lot, from that little collection of things was Wellington at Waterloo, which is a CCS game. Of course, it's a little bit of a tactical moving game. They did a lot of these games. They're actually really, really good, to be honest with you. Can I get it open? Yeah, could be a big manual in this one. Yeah, decent manual. Ken Wright, and even the original thing to send back to the people who make it. Look, yeah, put me on the newsletter. Probably in paper back in the day. Oh, look, space for a 5 1/4 floppy drive, floppy disk right there. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. So yeah, we got that one, and this is rather exciting actually. Just you wait. I'm quite excited about this one. So we'll get it on the screen now. Hair Trigger, a continuing saga of Mr. Hair. These are released. These are by Lee Chops Stevenson, and released by Northern Games. It's down the bottom there. Micro Chops. I love the way he's called Chops. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, I haven't even. I have opened it, but I haven't opened it because I opened it by pulling the seal apart and getting into it. But yeah, it's pretty cool, to be honest with you, activating switches and doing other things. But it came with a whole bunch of other bits and pieces as well. So I don't know whether they've got a website or not. It's just I really need to know that. But it came with a sort of a hair trigger, hair trigger map, which is brilliant. So we know where the start is, where the goal is. So we have to get to is the end, which is excellent, very helpful. And apart from the packaging, which is all branded, but unfortunately it's got my name written all over it, and I don't put that normally on the internet. So we also got, I can't show it all, but it's a big old poster. It's a huge poster, massive. Well, it's an A2 poster, is it? Yes, an A2 poster. I'll go with the words A2 poster. So yeah, I was delighted with this. That was. I'm gonna have to do a video on it, but it is you know, I've got the whole saga in a big box somewhere. I can't remember where I put it, and I'm a bit rubbish with these things. But yeah, I got the whole saga, but this one's just the new one out, and it's to be fair. I mean, seriously, you get a lot for your money. You get your posters, you get your map and all the other bits and pieces. Well worth investing. I think they're on Facebook as Northern Games, so if you want to buy from them, that's where they are. Right, okay, without further ado, though, it says, throwing this back in front of you, we'll get this, well, all of these into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to basic and load it. I apologise for the dogs barking in the background. Got a new one recently. I rehomed a rather fat Chihuahua with it's sort of like a barrel with a head. Is a good description, but very fluffy as well. So sort of long-haired one. Rehomed it. It looks a bit like the Moog from the Will-O-Wisp, if you remember what the Moog looked like, with similar sort of eyes to go in different directions, but. Slightly dippy, which is fine, fits in perfectly with my family. Alright, anyway, Death Wish 3. I'm sure this movie was filmed in somewhere like Milton Keynes. I'm pretty sure of it. Or something similar, or Maidstone or something. It's really, really weird and obscure reason why it was done that. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning Jay is Manchild, and if he's in the comments, say hello, Jay. But Jay, I'm sure will have done a video on this, because if he hasn't done a video, I'm surprised, because this has got movie and strange weird TV adaptations written all over it, a bit like the Countdown one. I mean, and honestly, I can't even remember Carol Vorderman looking like that, and there must have been somebody else as well if you saw that front cover. Pretty sure that wasn't Carol Vorderman at the same time. It was definitely some other random lady who used to do it before Carol Vorderman. Do you remember who used to do it before Carol Vorderman? No, I'll just ask my wife there. No, it's not. They've got, look over there and have a look at the cover of the underneath that. Hang on. When I'm discussing with my wife, hang on a second. No, hang on. We're looking. Hang on, you guys stay there. Where are we? Look at the bottom corner, bit down there. That's you haven't got you've not got your glasses on. There's no way that's Carol Vorderman. Right, I'm getting the. That's Carol there, yeah. But down here, that's not Carol. That's not Carol Vorderman. The one in the bottom corner. That is definitely not Carol Vorderman. No, it's not Steam. It's filthy. That's what it is. The magnifying.
Spit on it.
That's Carol. That's not Carol Vorderman in the bottom corner.
No,
That is definitely not Carol Vorderman.
but that isn't square.
Yeah, that big square is Carol Vorderman. That's
No idea.
yeah.
Maybe she did the pilot.
Maybe she did. That's a good point. Maybe she did the pilot. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely not Carol Vorderman.
I always remember Carol only doing Countdown.
Yeah, I remember Carol. Carol and Rachel Riley.
Mind you, we're not old enough.
No, it was Channel 4 it came out with.
Yeah,
I was a kid. I was old enough for Channel 4 it was released.
yeah, I remember when it was released.
But you don't think we watched Countdown? I think everybody watched Countdown. It was evening viewing for everybody because it was after school stuff, wasn't it? It was after all school. She must have done the pilot, and she's spelling out rim. That's cheers. Those are the letters. She's got rim. She's probably gonna finish it with job. Anyway. Sorry, a slight tangent there with the Carol Vorderman thing. Yeah, but anyway, Jay's Manchild has definitely done a video on that. I don't know if he mentioned the front cover of it. I don't know if you got that, Jay. Did I get something you didn't get? Ha. See, I'm better than you. No, only kidding. Jay's definitely better than me. He's got the production value is like millions times higher than mine, you know. So, and I'm still surprised he hasn't got thousands and thousands of subs. But he's not a big advertiser of his services. He doesn't like to advertise his entertainment services. It's like a high class butler. I was going butler, not butlering services, not high class lady of the night. However, he has got a pug mask. If you're interested, it's one of his key factors of his persona. I think he wears it everywhere. I don't think he wears it. I don't think he normally has no. Normally, if you see his face, it's kind of like he's a little bit like a Mandalorian. If you see his face, that's it. He's out. He's out of the pug club. Anyway, completely random on the side. To be fair, it's worth watching that. I quite enjoyed the. It was slightly weird. Pug sex games, I think it was, but anyway, that he did on his channel. It's not quite like we think it is. Honestly, it's on YouTube. It's definitely not going to break any standards. So yeah. But Jay, if you're in there, put your name in there and let people click on it so we know, so we can see you. So anyway, I've got coffee. Have we got a beverage? Oh, it's good. I do love coffee. I had a very long sleep last night, except for the fact the rain came down in droves. And I mean, and I left the window open, and then there was water trickling down the windowsill. So I had to turn off my silly mask thing that I use for sleeping, and then get up and actually close the window. It was the first time I've actually had to move for a long time. I may have made a mistake loading this in 48K, to be honest. Yeah, because there is a bit after it, and we would have had music if I'd done the 128K version. And I'm an idiot for doing that. Hang on. Sorry, I moved my head wildly to one side there. I said there was music if we played the 128K version. I love the fact that, by the way, that there's the lovely ladies flashing their behinds. Reminds me of Jay. Yeah. Anyway, so and then they just drag the bodies off, and it's like the medics and police and all kinds of stuff. It all goes on. Right. Okay. The controls are just mental. I hate the controls on this one. Because they're not even pretty standard ones. Oh, well, I suppose they're all right. ZX space, OK, up and down. Then you've got look out of window, change weapon, M for map, and yeah, let's give it a go anyway. What you meant to do is you might have wipe out crime in certain places. As I say, I'm pretty sure this was like filmed in somewhere weird where it shouldn't have been filmed. So there's grannies and ladies of the night. Then there's thugs that we need to. Yeah, I've got the grenade launcher. I want the shotgun. Let's get the shotgun. No, shot the wrong person there. And then you've got to find there's the buildings flash. Oh God, go on, get him. Buildings flash, so we can go in the buildings. I don't know how I enter the buildings. I press enter to enter the buildings, and then you have to kill the people in the buildings. So boom, 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 boom. Oh, police. And there's somebody in here, so I need to turn. Boom. You can shoot the ladies of the night, obviously. There we go. There's a boss. So I've got to kill him. He's the big boss. There. And that's the area cleared, and the riot has been put down in that area. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Well, I think it's cool. No. Let's change weapons. I love the way we've got... Oh, the machine gun is just amazing. Oh, we can't kill the ladies tonight. I can't remember. No, I thought you could. Ah, weapons. Yeah, and you can shoot them across the level. Right, how the hell do we get out of here? There's a door. There's a door.
Say about that picture, maybe there was a possibility.
Okay, go on.
Because Carol did the numbers.
Carol did the numbers.
Maybe
Yeah.
Carol did the numbers.
And somebody else.
And somebody did the...
Right, so
letters.
maybe Carol wasn't very good with letters, but she was very good with numbers. This is my missus is suggesting that
There was another lady that
the numbers.
did the letters.
Possibly, I don't know. Yeah. So up and down rotates us here with the. Oh, shot the police! Don't want to shoot the police. You get into trouble for that. You can shoot the. You should shoot the. I used to love this because you used to be able to shoot people across the whole level. It was just stupid fun. Right, okay, I'm going to go this way. There's a door. Enter that building. I've got my injury on the bottom there. Yeah, just shoot the police as well. And I don't... Oh, you can't shoot the... It's a shotgun in the building. Found the shotgun. Shotgun ammo. The graphics are brilliant, though. Oh, and you can do W for window. Let's do W for window. Yes, we can just look out the window and shoot at random blokes out the window. Boom, with an explosive thing. They turn into kind of blow up the lady of the night. You used to be able to shoot the grandmas, though. I remember that. Got my shotgun out the window now. Anybody come back? No. Yeah, I don't understand the window option though. I think it was just because somebody could that they did it. I love the graphics though. They're so vibrant on this game. So many little old ladies which we can kill like that. And shoot down some little old ladies because, well, why not? Okay, they got to put down the riots. So let's go this way. Rotate. There's a door there. That's a perfect. Rotate as well. Rotate. I'm already in here. I've been in here already. This building I've already been in. I get very confused with the directions we're facing. We're on a minus score at the moment, actually, by the fact that I've killed so many innocent bystanders. But somebody had to do it. I thought you could kill those girls. You can't. No. Ladies of the night are invincible. Invincible. Many people have tried to kill them, but they're unkillable. Oh, there's a house to go in. I wonder if I can rotate around and walk around. There we can. Yeah, we're going this way. I'm getting punched to death here. Looks like I can't get out of here. Bazooka. M for map. Oh, changes whether or not you're searching for bad guys or weapons, I think, if I remember rightly. The change of map. When you press M, it changes colour. Boom. I'm starting to make some points here. That way. Oops, shot a policeman. I used to spend ages just playing the game, shooting people. You can imagine. I didn't really understood that you could use the map to actually clear the level in the game. I guess it's very doable. I love the fact, by the way, that he's definitely got Charles Bronson's beautiful moustache. His mustachio. The Bronson's mustachio, not to be confused with Tom Hardy's adaptation of the most violent criminal in Britain, also called Charles Bronson by Deepole, which is a very cool thing to do. I can't help feeling that's a very cool thing with his name. Graphics are brilliant on this one. Sorry, I can play this one for ages, and we need to get on. We need to move on, otherwise we'll never actually get a chance to play all the games on here in this. And I'm doing it all this episode, so it's definitely happening. Right, okay, reset. Right, what we got next? So I'm just pulling the tape out because I don't know what's on the tape. It says Final Matrix. It's the Final Matrix. Sorry. I apologise to all those who don't like my singing, but. It is perfect. It's just me and Alan Jones left in the world. Without the snowman possible interaction. I don't remember who was Countdown Before Carol. Bet when we googled it, we'd find out. I'm now so confused. I think they were showing off Carol on the front of it, but nowadays if Carol was doing it, as I say, it would be Rump first. Sort of with a current 20-year-old boyfriend. It's true. Oh, it loads in how many seconds? I was going to say 2,576 seconds. I don't think so. So what's the final matrix then? Let's read the manual. We've got the pleasure of a manual today. When the universe appeared, two forms were evolving: organic like human and mechanical like the biotopons. Biotopons, whatever it is. They're not human, basically. They're machines called Nimrod. It's on the screen. Oh, so yeah. What are we trying to do? Are we trying to keep them alive? Poor Nimrod has decided to rescue all the hostages from the humans, I'm assuming. Right, okay, let's look at the keys. Here he is. That's Nimrod. He's a good name for a man. Or a robot. Or a robot human thing. There's a lot of keys. QAOP, space, pause, effects on and off, reset computer. We've got guards to deal with, disruptors, mines, floor, pad, operated doors, heavy framed antagonists. Lovely, lovely. See, back in the day, they didn't mess around. They didn't make us. They didn't put easy words in for us to understand. They put in the tough words. They did. They put the big words in here. This was given to kids. And they were meant to know what these were. They went and got their Oxford Dictionary from a school that they had, and they used to read up and find out what an antagonist was. Rebound, thrust squares, energy loss squares, and deadly black ice. Well, we all know black ice is deadly. When I was very much younger and I was working for a company, I used to every time I went to work and it was very, very cold and it was sort of frozen over, this particular road that I went down, they didn't hit it, the local council didn't hit it with gritting because it was just a side road realistically. So the first year I worked there, I zoomed down the drive a little bit too quickly, not realising I struck my brakes, and these are the days when they weren't ABS, so the brakes locked. And the car spun, and I came to a pirouetting stop beside the curb and drove round very sheepishly into the car park. But like an idiot and being young, I forgot completely about the fact that there was black ice on there. So the next year I did it. Now, the first year was fine because I arrived before everybody else did. It was early in the morning. I was there before most of the other workers had arrived. Second year, I was a bit later to work, in fact, significantly later, late enough that when I did the same thing again and pirouetted the car towards cars that were actually now parked along the side of the road, and it pirouetted round, it spun and it spun, and the big brakes were screaming. I came to a halt within a 3 or 4 centimetres, an inch or so from another vehicle, and sheepishly looked up and realised that everybody in my office was looking out the window at me, giving me a round of applause for my incredible stunt driving that morning. Very sheepishly took the car and parked it, and then took a bow of a couple of bows to accept my stupidity. Never did it again, surprisingly, but yeah, twice in a row. First time was nobody there. Second time there were people there, and it was the round of applause. They were very, very, very kind people. Idiotic. Yes, stupid things you do when you're younger. Very silly things. Very, very silly things. I wouldn't mind, but I wasn't even speeding. I was just doing the speed limit, but of course it was extremely icy, and when I applied my brakes quite late, it was too late. And when they locked, no ABS. God, remember those days with no ABS? Oh. But you still get cars without ABS. I bet you do, you know. I bet work vans have no ABS or something like that. Or is it standard now? Is that the general gist of it? Yeah, no ABS, back in the day. No air conditioning in some vehicles.
That was an optional extra. CD player was an optional extra if you were lucky to get one of those. Wow. Central locking. A remote control for it. Opening the old door with a key. Amazing. Amazing times. It's changed a lot now, hasn't it? And now we're talking about electric and hybrids and other things. And it's just says good luck and just stopped like that. Oh, here we go. Alright, here we go. We're going to save hostages. I don't think I've ever played this before. What am I doing? Why is he just moving by himself? Oh, do I rotate? What? Hang on, what's going on? Oh, I wasn't playing. Ah, I am now. Let's land here, Matrix Force. Cool. I wasn't playing, it was a demo. Uh-huh. Takeoff site is that way, which is handy to know. I've got the device held is a Lasertron. I think I'm dead. Game over. Blummin' heck, that was fast. It's like a really slanty sort of weird angle of... I'm going to go there again. Very weird angle of... This is me playing again. A very weird angle of... I like his head things. Look, they move. He's got like antennas. There's letters, ABCs. Can't seem to kill them though, can only bounce them around. Whoa, 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 whoa. Final Matrix, that's what it's called. It's very final because I'm getting absolutely my head kicked in by everything that's going on here. I'm going this way quick. Something over here. There's a robot. Hang on, why are the robots trying to kill me? Hang on, is Nimrod human or is he a machine? Yeah, that's mightily annoying. They're a bit harsh. And the single life is pretty harsh as well. It is. I quite like the picking screen though, where you fly around here and choose which Unimatrix you want to go into if you're a Star Trek fan. A Borg fan, in fact. Everybody likes a bit of 7 of 9, don't they? Oh, Jerry Ryan, wasn't it? That's who it was. Jerry Ryan. I always liked Voyager, you know. I think amongst Star Trek fans, I'm pretty uncommon. I think quite a lot didn't like Voyager. I think Voyager, but I enjoyed Voyager because it was different. They got shot into the... I mean, the answer to every mission pretty much was to reboot the ship. But you know, turn it off and on again. Oh, it is all working. In fact, they literally do that in one episode because there's a problem, isn't there, where there's like a virus gets into the computers, organic systems, and they basically just reboot the ship. But the point is that the a lot of it was you know, out technology and everybody they fought against was it Delta? No, a Gamma Quadrant they were in. That's what it was, I think, wasn't it? Gamma Quadrant. Same place as the Borg were, where they went ultimately. But yeah, it was kind of a. I liked it. I liked it. I liked the whole story. I like Catherine Janeway as there. I mean, but like most Star Trek, I don't know about you, but that's how I feel about a Star Trek when it comes out, is that it usually takes about 2 to 3 seasons before it actually becomes entertaining. I think that the Borg sort of turns up at about season 3/4 in Voyager, and it adds a whole new layer to it. It goes on for ages, you know. What's the species that they didn't like? PlayZX, well, Species 942 or something like that, which is the aquatic ones from Aquatic Space or something similar, and the Borg were losing to them because the Borg tried to get to their universe and assimilate them, but can't assimilate them because they're far too dense, a structure of creature. So yeah, very weird. Right, well, we've got controls here. So we are, what are we doing in Convoy Raider? We're facing down enemy ships. I quite like the idea of facing down enemy ships. I used to, years ago, do you remember on the Mega Drive, and even on the PC as well, there was a game, and it might even been on the Amiga and the Atari ST, come and think of it. They used to have Attack Sub 688, I think it was. You got Attack Sub 688. I quite like the idea of it, but the thing about these games is sometimes, I hate to say it, you need a little tuition to get into them. They don't just come naturally, and I think that's the problem with some modern day gaming nowadays. Sometimes it's just too much effort to get into. You look at it and you go, right, massive amount of complexity, massive amount of button mashing or this, that and the other to change it, and the complexity just puts you off. I think one of the things that puts me off modern day fighting games, and I do like fighting games, I used to love Street Fighter 2 back in the day, is that you could actually learn all the characters in Street Fighter 2. There was I think it was Street Fighter 2 Championship, there was like 12 or 18 characters. It was possible to learn all the moves because they were all very similar, and one character would have similar moves to this character, or something similar, and it was very possible to do this. Oh my god, this looks more complex than I thought it was. So the controls are L for down. Why is L just down? L's up, sorry. L's up. Z, X and enter. Z, X, enter. Right. And then up. Down must be symbol shift. Symbol shift? No, it's not. Helicopter. I am flying the helicopter. Oh, what am I doing? Exocet missile. Cool, let's launch an Exocet missile. Fire to lock. Oh. Launch the missile. Launch. I can't launch a missile. Seawolf. I can't fire that either. Hang on. I can. Enter's not doing an awful lot for me here. So that's my sort of gun turrets, I guess, for anything that's incoming. Right, map. Aha. Oh, right. Rotate left and right. And then move. Here's my... Aha! Look, we're moving towards destination. So it rotates that thing there. Right, we're on the... We're there. Seawolf. Nothing. Exocet. Launch. Launch missiles. Can't launch missiles. How about the helicopter? I like the look of it. It looks kind of cool. But... I'm not sure what we're doing. It looks really cool, though. Do you not think it looks pretty cool? I think it looks really cool. I think this is one of these games that I wish I could spend more time on. I like the helicopter. Look, the animation on the helicopter is superb. I really want to play more of it, but at the same time, it's cracking. But I'm not sure what's going on. That's the scary part. Can I go down with these? Oh yeah, I can, look. I can rotate the missiles up and down. How do I fire the blooming things? I want to fire some missiles. Fire the Exocets. I can't fire the Exocets. Oh, and I've just destroyed the ship by crashing into the water. You sunk it. Yeah. That's alright. That's kind of cool, but I don't know all the ins and outs of it, really. Tape loader, right, okay, we're going for it now. So this is Samurai Trilogy, game that we may have played? I don't know. Flying kick, karate, samurai, kendo. So that's the sticks, isn't it, kendo? And we got music on this version, so we're going to load the big one. I think I've got the kicks. In fact, I know I've got the kicks re-release of this. What's the keys? Aren't there, but don't use P because it's pause. P's and M's and space enters. So we won't use that. We'll just go with what we've got there. Lost me blooming remote control for my recording device. Do you know, I was struggling a bit when I started this episode today. I was like, why is my recording device not appearing on screen? And I hadn't realised all this time that I've been knocking the blooming cable out the back. So I've got a couple of videos I've recorded not too long ago, and it's probably the reason why it's not working is I've knocked the blooming cable out. So I've knocked the cable out the back and basically caused my screen not to work. How brilliant is that? I'm going to have to let a cheeky chihuahua cross out the door. Its mammy's gone somewhere else and it needs to know. Hang on. There you go. Go on, cheeky chihuahua. Very interactive this week. It's nice of my wife to come back and though with another suggestion that maybe Carol only did the numbers. She got a third when she went to university. Just means she passed. Basically what it does. It just means you passed. I just think it's quite funny that I do know somebody who was one of the countdown champions though of the early seasons when it was Richard Whiteley and Carol Vorderman and I can't remember the other one. And he was a project manager, worked for a company I worked for, and he was saying that he'd been a countdown champion. And to be fair, to the team, they all went out afterwards after he'd won for sort of drinks and some food, and apparently they had to bundle certain presenters into taxis because they were inebriated in a way. So yeah, it was quite interesting, quite nice really to think that they were as down to earth and as pleasant as that with the people that the winners and people who've been back on repeatedly and all this kind of stuff. That's kind of nice, isn't it? It's quite nice to think that they're almost human. They're not some untouchable individual. I think we're living a time though where people are more and more accessible than they previously were. The film stars of old were probably cushioned from their fans, but now they're even more in touch because they're on social medias and posting various bits and pieces, and people can directly message them back and directly connect with their heroes, I guess, and people that they followed. Samurai Trilogy. I love the fact that it's a trilogy because it's like multiple ones. I love the graphics. I love the graphics on the Spectrum. The graphics on the Spectrum are so good. They really are. I can hear the music playing. I probably got it too low for you guys to hear it, but it's definitely there. Hit a button to begin. No, I haven't got a joystick. I don't want to hit a joystick button. Hit a joystick button to begin. Seriously? Language, English. I've hit it language. Do you want practice? I said no. 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 Please reverse the tape and push. Oh my god! I forgot this. This is a big loader. This one. It's a big loader. It's got a rewind on the other side. It's rewinding it now. I forgot all about that. It does actually say, funnily enough, Coconut Capers is after this. What's on the other tape? Oh, we're looking at this. The other tape is Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Do you remember that? Do you remember Basil the Great Mouse Detective? Please wait, loading. Great Basil. It was a film, wasn't it? Basil the Great Mouse Detective, followed by The Mask, The Duct, The Thing Bounces Back, and A Wiedersehen Monty. Whenever somebody says A Wiedersehen to me, I think of A Wiedersehen Pet. Absolutely, that was the thing that I thought of. Do you know that also that's another thing that strikes you, doesn't it? That, was it the 80s that they were in Germany building stuff, effectively helping rebuild, I guess, or build as more skilled labourers or something similar. It's very interesting that was a thing. Not sure why it was a thing, but it was definitely a thing. This is making weird noises. This might not load. We'll see. I've enjoyed it thus far, though. Death Wish 3, one of my favourite games. I've probably got about 10 copies of it because I really like it. Whenever I see it and somebody's got it cheap, I just buy it, and I don't know why. It's a bit like Checkered Flag. They've got about 3 million copies of Checkered Flag. I don't know about anybody else. Plus, though, obviously with every single bundle, there's Make a Chip, Survival, Scrabble. What's the other ones that comes? Oh, and Horace Goes Skiing. There's hundreds of those, hundreds of millions of those. Well, in fact, at least there's at least 1 million copies out there. I would say originally, because it came with the ZX Spectrum, the Plus version that they made with a slightly different keyboard, which wasn't the Dead Flesh one. I was brought up on the old Dead Flesh keyboard, the old rubberized keys, rubber keyboard. There's been an error. Press a button to reload. Fine. This is not going to load, by the way, I can tell you now. This is not going to load. I can hear funniness on the tapes there. A stiffness of the tape, a wobbling of the sound. A wobbling in the old data recorder. I love the fact that they called them data recorders. Was there any difference, really, between that and a normal cassette recorder? I don't think there was, beyond the connectors that came with them. So ears in and out, and mic swans, and the REM one, or was it REM? REM, I think it was REM one, or which was basically remote control. So if you had a machine that could stop the tape, that's what it would do. It would pause the tape for you at that point in time by sending a thing to the tape deck to do it. It was a thing. I've got an Acorn I've got an Acorn Computers one actually that I use as my sort of backup side one for when I try and load the tape again when it's not working very well. But that was given to me by a lovely person called Andre. I can't remember. Yeah, it was definitely, yeah, he sent it to me. That, and I think was it from him? No, it was from somebody else actually. It was from somebody else. But either way, it was a reasonable. It was a gift from somebody. It was a gift from somebody. So they gifted me their entire sort of Acorn Electron equipment. It was very nice actually. It's funny, isn't it? Because they hold no value in other. The only value I hold in things like this is that I hold the value of still playing them, still having fun with a BBC Micro, or still having fun with a ZX Spectrum, or still having fun with a Commodore Amiga, or Commodore 64, or even an Amstrad CPC. The value I hold in this thing is still that nostalgia. It's an extremely powerful drug. Extremely powerful drug. I see that has a brand of Commodore been sold recently. The Fish Lips brand. I believe it's been sold to that chap who does retro recipes. I think is in the process of being sold to him, and he's going to license it back out again for smaller amounts of money so people can reuse the title properly, the whole Commodore one. And he's sort of chased it all down and been working on it as a project. I hope it just... the only thing I hope with something like that, and I do love the fact that it may have gone back into the retro community, is I just hope that there is a plan for what happens with it in the future. So where does it go and who does it owns it? And the other thing that I hope comes with that, if that is the case, and it's going to be offered out for nominal amounts of money, it is... Nothing going on now. No, that's definitely not working. Right, I'm going to reset that one. We're not going to get that one working, I don't think. Let's go see if we can get Coconut Capers working. Let's rewind this and see if we can find it. See if we can find Coconut Capers. That was just too much to ask. That one. I hated multi-loaders. There's only a few that I will accept as being okay. I always liked Agent X on the Mastertronic. I always thought it would work quite well. I will also accept Target Renegade multi-loader because that one worked quite well as well. Let's see what it says. No, it's just data. No, we're not. We're in bad territory here. Yeah, bad territory. No, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about this? The whole selling of the Commodore brand. Obviously, some of you, and I know who you are, going to say, "Well, that's good, dirty Commodore." But no, I don't know. I don't know what to think really. I mean, there's a suggestion that can be used to make a new brand Commodore as well, which I'm going to be brutally honest. I've struggled to listen to retro recipes. I find because he started, didn't he? Originally doing, was it ASMR, where you talk very quietly and politely into the microphone, so that it excites your audience with the gentle whispers that are, yeah, you know what I mean. So that's what he started with, and I find, because he still does it, and when he's doing his new stuff, he's always very gentle and quiet, and hello, chip dippers. Yeah. Anyway, I find it really annoying, to be honest with you, but so I kind of skipped through it all, so I don't know whether to entirely. But I kind of get the general gist that they're planning a new Commodore 64 or equivalent of, or Commodore 64X or something like that. I would stay away from the X's, by the way, because a certain other person has the coverage of the word X. But do you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. What do you think? It's the question's a big question, really. What do you think? Q. I'm assuming that's level Q. Good way through this tape. I hated when they do this though, where they put like this kind of stuff here, especially on the new the plus twos. There's no way to mark the blooming tape anymore about where the positions are. You just do what I'm doing now, fast forwarding and stopping, and fast forwarding and stopping. Okay, go. No, it's T. Does it go all the way to Z? We question is. Okay, let's have a little look. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hopefully this is the break. Come on, coconut capers. Aye. What the heck? We've gone past Z, we're on to I. There are a lot of levels on that Samurai trilogy, that's damn sure. Loads of levels. I will get PlayZX out in a minute if this doesn't work. What's this? J. We're doing rubbish here. We'll get there in the end. Gonna have to get Mr. Hair on, the new one. Hair Trigger. Absolute bargain that. I'm sure it was like 15 quid and it was just with all those things. Bargain. Bargain for a new Spectrum game. I'm getting bored of these numbers now, these letters now. Come on! Where's Coconut Capers? I always loved the first Jack Nipper. I remember getting it with the badge and everything. Very cool. Very much into that. About how much destruction you could do. Sort of like it's like the child version of How to Be a Complete Bastard. With less murder and cling film on the toilet seat. Mighty Adrian Edmondson. And of course Rick Mail wasn't in that, of course, but Rick Mail and Adrian Edmondson, a comedy duo of huge proportion back in the day. The Young Ones, Bottom, one that probably nobody watched, Filthy Rich and Cat Flap, as it was called. Nipper, we're on the nips, right? Pardon? The New Statesman, yes, yeah, yes, the New Statesman, of course. Rick Mail at his Tory best, because that's what he was suggested he was, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the days when humour was allowed to tackle politics and not be called terrorism. It's true. It's what I used to do. We used to have. That's what Smitten Image was designed for. It was tackle, with humour. Very British thing to do. It's like, did you have the moment of it's a very British thing to do? I remember if there was a point in Bottom where it's the Queen on the television and Ed and Rick Mail says to Eddie it's Ed Edmondson or Eddie, and there's a character and he says oh, it's the Queen, salute, and he brings his hand to his forehead to salute, and Adrian Edmondson lifts his hand up and holds up a V sign with his hands because he's saluting, of course. Extremely British. Oh, I remember it's got elephants in it, all kinds. I think you try to rescue your family. To be fair, I could actually read the manual here. Let's read the manual. Coconut Capers, that's what it was called. It says that actually. Jack Nipper 2, Coconut Capers. Imagine the scene. Blazing hot sun beats down over the tropical forest. Only seconds ahead, a herd, a clattering of monkeys, trumpeting of elephants and screeching of parakeets. Gazelles graze peacefully, and zebras sip gently in tropical pools when the peace is disturbed by a drone of an airplane. Suddenly, a triumphant, blood-curdling yell, swiftly followed by the sound of shattering stillness as Jack the Nipper is alive. Did they eject him from the plane? I think they ejected him from a plane. Jack is to exploit the jungle. It's probably best to leave him there, to be honest with you. Maybe not. He's on holiday in Australia. That's where he is. Trying to be naughty as possible. There's a whole bunch of tasks to do. And the coconut capers. They have coconuts in Australia? I bet they probably do, don't they? We've got a selection of objects. We've got grease, honey, onion, woodworm, shield, and a log. Always good set of controls, or good set of whatever else is. We've got ZX, OK, and fire, which is 0. So then we can do all that. That's a pretty simple control set. No idea how to play it. Oh, I can't believe that Basil the Great Mouse Detective was Disney. I'm surprised they haven't done a live-action version of it with James Corden dressed up as a giant mouse. I mean, somebody turned him into a giant cat, didn't they? Him and Dame, what was it called? Oh, what's the name? Judi Dench, Dame Judi Dench. That was it. They turned him into giant mice, didn't they? In that version of Les Miserables or Cats, wasn't it? Cats. Yeah, it wouldn't be Les Miserables. Cats. Yes, they changed them into gigantic cats for that. Yeah, I'm sure Walt Disney will circle back around in it when they've got there. I mean, to be fair, they're losing money hand over fist at the moment, so it's not particularly good for them. They'll turn into something. Do you know they could do the old GM Motors thing, couldn't they? So General Motors, which does still make cars to this day, also though took most of its money out of the American economy and stuffed it into shares, and that's how they make most of their money nowadays. It's all in share stock and other things. So there's nothing really exists. Not an awful lot now. If you're buying into them, you're buying into a company that's basically into finance, and that's what they do. Which is fine, that's what happened. A lot of that happened in the United States. That's why there's no production there. They didn't need to produce it anymore. They basically put it into finance or outsourced it to the rest of the world. So that's mainly the reason why there's very little in the way of that kind of production there. But most people who don't really want to do those style of jobs, to be honest with you. So, but Walt Disney, I'm quite surprised they haven't thrown theirs back into that kind of thing. Look at the graphics on that. It's cool. I like the music. 0 start. There I am. Oh, I've died already. How do I fire? Oh, I've not got nothing. Got a nautiometer. Oh, can I fall? How far can I fall? There's a man in a tree. Graphics are really cool. I've forgotten about this game, you know. It's been ages since I've played it. Oh my god. Have I got myself in a difficult position? I have. I've got myself in a difficult position. Oh god. I'm in an infinite loop of death. Yes, I have. I'm in an infinite loop of death here, peoples. Yep, no way across. Right. We start a completely different location now. How do I pick up the coconut? There's a coconut there. I have coconuts. Oh, I can fire coconuts now. I am a coconut caper man. I have killed some poor native aboriginal, I assume. Well, we can fire coconuts. Yes, coconuts away. Why did we start in that part of the level then? Is it random? Didn't mean to do that. It must be random. There's an elephant with sunglasses on. Of course, that's how all elephants look in Australia. Very known for its elephants in Australia. You know, obviously the kangaroos are in Africa. I fell on the fence. Yeah, let me climb up the blooming thing, please. Killer elephant. Definitely needs mapped. It looks great though, doesn't it? Look at the game. It looks brilliant. Oh, get away with your stupid fence. Yeah, totem poles. Again, another well-known extra life. Well-known thing in the Australian outback. Very much known for its totem poles. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, I'm in a little minecart now. I'm minecarting across. It's Minecraft now. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever given this enough play. I should have given it more play. This is pretty cool. It's a pretty tasty looking game. It looks good. Plays well. The jumping's good. There's not too many enemies, so you can sort of learn the way around. Don't think I've been naughty though enough yet in the game. Graphics amazing. I like the graphics a lot. Look at that Jet Set Willy-esque. Can I wait and time it and land on that? Oh, timed it. Yes, peoples, I made it. I did it. Graphics are fantastic. No! Drowned. Where am I? Drowned again. I'm an idiot. No, I'm dead. You can't jump through trees, it seems. That is so cool. I forgot how good that was. That's a really good game. We you know, it's been so long. Do. The song reminds me of something. Feels like it's an actual tune from something else. Definitely tune from something else. Something else stolen that one. Right, where are we at now? We are up to Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Big Baz, the Mouse Detective. Let's get the old loader on here and we'll give the Mouse Detective his dues. Are you making another beverage, young lady? Is there a chance you could make me a fresh cup? She's making me a cup of coffee. She's a good one. She is a good one. Even if she can't tell me who the strange lady is in the bottom of the countdown cassette. Apparently, it's my magnifying magnifying glass that's at fault. Apparently, I've spat on it. It's just dirty. It's not spit. All right, maybe it might be a little bit. Heavy breathing on the microphone while doing what's on the tape. I'm cleaning it now for you. I've got my glasses cleaner at it. It's going to take a bit more than glasses cleaner. I need some industrial cleaner at it. I'll get some spray at it. Basil, the Great Man. I don't even remember the film. Do you remember the film? I know what it is. It's Sherlock Holmes. He's effectively Disney's variation on Sherlock Holmes. That's what he is. So, what you got there? White caramel shortcake. Gonna make me fat as a house. That's what you're gonna make me, fat as a house. Too late for that. Yeah. I'll put it over here. Let me put it over there. Thank you. That's great. Apparently, I'm already fat as a house. Oh, I've got my magic cleaning fluid at it there. You can see through it. It's so shiny now. It's like. I could use this to kill ants at 400 yards now because it's okay. That's a good choice. Yep, that's nice and clean now. So we can see through it. So we can see who Carol Vorderman's strange friend is. I've got caramel shortbread. White caramel shortbread as well. White chocolate on it. Amazing. I'm getting overfed here now. Overfed. Maybe I've been good. Second cup of coffee though. Ooh, perfect. We don't normally get a second cup of coffee, but this is a particularly long episode. It's going to be a long episode. You're going to strap yourself in for this one. Watch it in 2 parts. We'll go on a long journey that requires you to watch this the whole time. Maybe a train journey. Nice long train journey or flight. It'll be shown on all I don't know what planes are out there. All EasyJet planes or something like that. I don't think EasyJet would even give you tellies, does it? Oh, something's happening. Something is happening. I love it when they change the borders. I was watching. I was listening to. Was it watching or listening to? Was some kind of. I think it was. No, I was watching a. I was watching something on. I must have been on YouTube on somebody coding how to change the borders when it loads. I think it's really cool, don't you? I always liked that. I always liked the borders that did that. I still like the borders though. I don't like the ones where they go into timers. Stop the tape and hit enter key. I have. Oh, the graphics are awful. Well, they feel awful. Basil, the Great Mouse Detective. What are the keys? 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 Joystick port. They are KL, QA, and enter. Space to inspect a clue. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. How do I have to start the game? Oh no, I've put on Kempston joystick. He's gonna die. This is gonna be one of those games I don't care much about. It took me ages to get a copy, but when I've got it, he's very good at jumping though. Look at that. He's extremely good at jumping. And he's very good at jumping. K for Kempston joystick. I think it's going to go badly for you, Mr. Mouse. I don't know what he's doing to him. Somebody's being sexually harassed. in old London town. The case remains unsolved. Yep, okay, that's fine. Enter your name as Ace. Yeah, Ace will do. I can't enter my name because it's on the joystick. Naff. Not happy. Not happy. We're moving on. The Mask. This is a TV series, right? That should have done better. This is a TV series. I won a copy of this. I think I told you this in Sinclair User back in the day. I won a copy of it. I'm delighted to win a copy of it. That looks like it's just a random loader thing. Was the end of the tape. Yeah, that looks like levels for our game. That's one of... Oh. Why would you put levels after the game? No, more levels. The Mask. Yeah, was this Mattel? Can't remember if this was Mattel or not. But they were just so cool because there was like... It's this kind of like... cool vehicles that turn into weaponized vehicles rather than, so they were like cars that morphed into other stuff. It was kind of awesome. Or they split into two. My favorite was one of the bad guys they were triplets, and they had a Formula 1 car where the sides came off a Formula 1 car and became bikes, and the center section I think became a plane, which is really awesome. I thought it was very awesome back in the day. I do need one. If I could pick up Mask stuff cheaply, I probably would. But yeah, you had cars with where the doors opened and there were Gulfwing doors, where they go upwards. Gulfwing doors, and they basically you open those doors and it could fly, and it had missiles attached to the edge of it. I mean, seriously, it was everything a little boy would need. I mean, who wouldn't want a very fancy sports car with wing doors that open as a Gulfwing? And then you could have missiles on the edge of it to blow up the traffic in front of you. Well, I don't think that's what it's for, but it was, yeah. Oh, it's going to go funny here. It's going to crash. Or is it? Yeah, well, that's not good to us, is it? Come on, be the thing we want. I don't want any more Basil. I've had enough Basil. Pouring with rain again. Just coming down in droves. I can feel the temperature change in the air. Oh, hi! No. That seemed very... Oh, here we go. Please. At last. At last. Mask. Mask. At last. And then at last. Mask at last. I think my dog wants to go in the garden. It's scratching at the door. Scratching at the door and annoying me because it's scratching at the door. Let me open the door and it's going to get really upset because you can see the rain. Not going to want to go out there. 1 second. Been up and down today. It's not going to like it. It's not going to like the rain. Doesn't like rain. No. Oh, it's loading upwards. Picture's drawing upwards. You see, there's the car. With the Gulfwing doors with missiles on the edge of it. Seriously. Or lasers or something like that. Laser beams. There was 2 of these games. The other one's Venom Strikes Back, I think. Very handsome, blonde-haired gentleman that drives the very fancy car with the lasers. It's lasers. Must be lasers on it. Look at that thing. It's a machine. Yeah, I can't remember who made it. I feel like it's associated property. Oh, it was Kenner. Oh, so before they got bought by Hasbro. So Hasbro must have the license for this. Kenner Parker Toys. Kenner, by the way, should have been the richest company in the world. Should never have been bought by Hasbro. It should have gobbled them up with all those Star Wars figures they used to do. Those original Star Wars figures. I saw them the other day, and I used to have a Sandman, original Sandman. I saw him on eBay the other day. There is Sandman, original Sandman on eBay. £887. I mean, it was an on-card one, so it was basically still stuck to the original pack. £887 for the original thing. I remember buying that in Boots. By the way, Boots used to have a section. I don't know if your Boots did, but mine did. Mine had a section full of Star Wars figures and all the, because they had that little hole in them, didn't they? So they sat on they hung up. They still do, if you do actually find somewhere that still sells them. They still hang them up on the wall. And they had a section there, and I remember buying the Sandman there. And it couldn't have cost me more than £5. I mean, it was still quite a lot of money back then, but couldn't have cost me more than that. But it did. But in comparison, I mean, I know it's sort of 40-odd years old nearly now, the Star Wars saga. In fact, it's over 40, isn't it? It's 45 or something like that. But either way, £887. This is my little problem with it all, by the way. This is my problem with a lot of things. I'm always got a problem with something, you know what I'm like. But this is my problem with it all. Is that some point somebody's not going to want to collect those. There's going to be a kid born now, is going to watch Andor and Rogue One, and then understand that the sequels are rubbish, and that the prequels are actually not so bad now once you watch them. But either way, they ain't going to go looking. I don't think they're going to look for a Sandman for £900 nearly. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Right, coffee, a new fresh beverage. Oh, perfect. Right, what we got? The keys are AZ, KL enter. Whoa, right, space is bomb. Don't forget the full range of hologram mask paperbacks available for Nightbooks. I remember Nightbooks. One for keyboard. Fire, press play. Oh God, it's a loader. I can't forget it was a loader. Boo! Yes. Don't like them. Don't want to load them. That means it's miles. I'm going to have to fast forward for miles to find the blooming right bit. What we've got to do, we've got to go through Boulder Hill. We've got to use Switchblade, Jeep and Tanks, Falling Boulders, and Freighters there. Then we've got Prehistoric, which is Pterodactyl. And then we've got, I'm stopped to say, space or enter. Why am I pressing play again? Was that just to load that bit? This is naff. Hate these. Well, I hate them more because they don't have a they don't have a counter nowadays on them. Well, we didn't have a counter by the time you got to the. Why didn't he put counters on it? Come on, Mr. Amstrad, you put counters on every other bloody thing. Why didn't he put them on the Sinclair? Because you know why? It was a budget machine that was being sold at a budget price, and so we got this. We got certain subpar elements to it. And you know what? The Grey was a better machine than the one that he adapted, which basically had a reduced chipset, just to reduce the costs. I mean, honestly, to this day, I don't understand yeah. I'll never understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why you made the black one without one either, a tape counter. And we needed it. We needed a tape counter because there were still multi-layered games, even in the 128K environment. It looks like a dinosaur at the bottom there, and a UFO at the top of that, below that little red line on the right-hand side there. So this must be the level for the game. Gonna have a drink of coffee now. Oh, it's a good beverage. It's a very good beverage. I'm enjoying that. Press the stop. I've stopped the tape. We're ready to play. Oh, here we go. I don't even remember how this plays. We can shoot. Yes. What's this? I feel like Oh, cheap. Boom, blow them all up. Boom, blow them up, blow them up. I'm blowing them all up. We're zooming very fast. I don't remember this game at all. What's that? What's that? Space? I haven't got any bombs, so it's a good job this is a very impressive car firing system, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to blow these guys up. Not sure what I'm meant to be doing. I know I've got the instructions, but who reads instructions? No, I'm only kidding. We used to read the instructions back in the day. No idea. Yeah, very, very, very. Yeah. We're zipping across here. Mr. Trick here. They could have done it like Trans Am, where it stayed in the centre of the screen and the screen moved round it rather than it moving with the screen. Didn't they? They missed a kind of trick there. I've got some damage. Whoa, loads of damage. One more before I blow up. There's a scanner. What's the scanner doing? Nothing. Utterly useless. Telling me nothing. That's parts of cars. I think they repair me. That one like that. What's this? That's a bomb. I've got a bomb now. I've dropped a bomb. Don't know what it's going to do. Yeah. Boom. It's all over. Yeah, I remember this being cooler than this. This is very... I would have probably played it, or more than we didn't, because I won a copy of it. But I remember being cooler than this, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to something else. What we got next? What we got next? What we got next? It should be... Oh, the duct. It's all about... The next one's all about the sewers of London. Probably not. No idea. Looks like a shooter to me, and I like shooters. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, snorting. Breathe a lot better nowadays, so my nose runs. It's very weird. Don't like to snort down the phone, though. Don't down the microphone, though. And the levels. Come on. Come on. The duct it is. I hope you're having a lovely week, though. I hope it's been busy. I hope it's been busy in good ways. Rather than the bad ways. I don't know what the bad ways would be, to be honest with you. We've got the, of course, I know you know this already. There's a 2-week gap now between this What's on the Tape and the next one. Season 27. More fun and frolics. Too many loading levels for this game. More fun and frolics, though. I'll be tickling the tapes, more tapes, find out what's going on. See what we find. I've got lots of them, to be honest with you. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of them. However, we may have to worry in about 22 years. Maybe. If I'm still alive. I should be. Yeah, I'm going to go with I should be. I think I should be in about 22 years' time. So yeah, we'll definitely be still going, hopefully. To be fair, if I keep collecting like I collect, there'll be another 22 years by the time we get to the point where it's been 22 years. What the heck? Oh no, the mask is only on one side. I've just been fast forwarding for no reason. The duct's on the other side. Hurrah! Huzzah! We're there. The duct. Right, what's the score with the duct? What are we now? You are travelling down a series of tunnels. You view the tunnels from behind the car in the tunnel. That sounds cool already. Zoom past a myriad of hazards. Duct has 2 main sorts of dangers, aliens and barriers. You've obviously got to avoid them. Well, that sounds quite cool, actually. So it's like an avoidance one going down a tunnel. Kind of like that. We've got a left-right to rotate left and right. We've got a fire, and we've got a jump. I don't remember the Duct ever being released. How about you? Is this unique to this? Because it's like the 6-pack of games. There was a game called was it the Hit Pack? Sorry, a 6-pack, I think it is. There was one released by. Can't quite see it. Hang on. Yes, I was right. Hit Pack, 6-pack. And it was released there, and there was a game called Duet on there, and I really liked Duet. And Duet is like Commando Gauntlet, and I really like it. It's stupid, it plays well, but for 2 players, it's great, and you both run around sort of clearing the levels. And I really used to like playing that with friends, but it only came on that particular version of it. It's very unique to the whole thing. It's a bit like Silent Service. Somebody mentioned that the other day on my channel, because it's actually there to hit. Kick's release of a game that only appeared in Spain originally, so we called it exclusive. It wasn't exclusive; it was in Spain, but it was a release then of that kind of thing. To be fair, this week as well, you'll have seen it yesterday probably if you follow the channel for other things as well. There was a game there called Ninja, which is a homebrew from a little bit later on. I can't remember whether it's the 2000s or not. Ooh, pardon me. A little cough there. Some coffee, but yeah, sorry. Released by Black System, which is a really good little game, and but it probably never made it to the Amstrad beyond a sort of what you call a homebrew release. And I suspect Silent Service was a Spanish sort of similar sort of scenario. I don't think I ever saw the original cover for it. Very cool though. But I rather like these sort of exclusively to specific things. Interesting though. Did anybody see the sort of semi-commotion there was on the sort of forums, or the sort of Facebook forums and Facebook groups recently about Frank the Flea by Richard Walsh? It was Welsh. Richard Welsh, I think it is. Richard Welsh. Now, Frank the Flea apparently was released via mail order. The cover was written and also the cover was drawn by Richard himself, and it's probably the rarest ZX Spectrum game you can ever get. Is that true? I'm not sure whether that's true or not, because I have it, funnily enough, on my channel, because it was on the ZX Spectrum Vega. Does that make the Vega now a more valuable product because it has that official game on it, officially released that way? I don't know. There's a big question for it, but it was on the Vega. It's a really good game, and it's on my channel. Dreadful audio from me on it. It's one of my early days before I realised that audio was really a thing. I was really crap at doing audio, but early days of it. And Richard actually replied to the Frank the Flea that I did on my channel back in the day. So he's actually on there. Somebody saw it the other day and said, "Oh, it's the rarest game ever." And I think this is because of the various posts that have been going around recently saying this is the rarest game ever. I feel like I've seen it. Well, I've definitely played it on the Vega, but I feel like I've seen it beyond that. I feel like it not even a loading screen for the duct. But anyway, I feel like I've seen it on, sold as well. I just feel like I've seen it sold as a game, but I don't know if it went for crazy sums of money. I don't know whether it went for hundreds of pounds or whether it went for a lot less. It does remind me of something else. This reminds me of a game that was on the Firebird range. Something or other? Cyclone? Something or other? You know what I mean, though, don't you? Maybe you don't. But it definitely feels a bit like that with the sort of way it looks on the screen here. Yeah. Gremlin graphics. What are the keys? One for keyboard. I don't know what the keys are. It doesn't tell me. There's no blooming keys. There's my car thing. That looks cool. I like the car. What are the keys? Game over is 0. Right. 1 for keyboard. Duct 1. Yep. Okay, got it. Wonder what my keys are here. That's game over 2. What? Hang on. What the hell? If I put my Sinclair joystick in, let's do that. Let's put the Sinclair joystick in. We'll get the old cruiser down with its converter so that it converts those cables over so to the way that they should be correctly for a Sinclair joystick. Port 1. We are plugged in. Brace yourself. Number 2. Let's see if we can do it. Duct 1. Yes. The duct. We are in the duct. Am I turning? Oh, I am turning. It's just so slow I can't tell. What the heck? Game over already. What? I can see why it didn't get a. I can see why it didn't get a full release. I'm sorry. I can see it looks. The idea and the concept is pretty good, but working out whether or not you're turning left and right is almost impossible. It's not obvious that the screen is rotating, or it doesn't look obvious to me. Oh my god. I'm dead already. Wow. One more go. Right, this is one of those games that probably ought to have been... It probably didn't get released because it was literally that tough. That's a shame. I'll see if I can jump, because there's a jump as well, so... there's a jump. So I could jump this, theoretically. Yep. Oh, we got a bit further now. We got a bit further. Once you got past the initial bit, it's not so bad. Oh my god. Let's jump over that. Barriers that are flying all over the place. Yeah. Shooting aliens down. Wow. The problem is there's no sense of movement. I was expecting the car to rotate around the screen, not the centre of the screen to rotate. Does that make sense to you as well? So basically pushing left and right on the screen would be what moves me round. I've blown up. Yeah, okay. Tis what it is, I suppose. Let's have my thing bouncing back. It's not my thing. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the thing. I've played the Commodore 64 versions of it. I think I've played the Spectrum versions of it previously. I don't know why I don't like it. I think I don't like its movement. That thing too. Not with Kurt Russell in. First one had Kurt Russell in it. This is one with a spring in it. That's brilliant, that movie, by the way. The remade Thing by John Carpenter. It's a classic movie. It's a fantastic movie. It's so well constructed, and the physical horror effects of the time are just phenomenal. They really are. They still are to this day, I think. And I think it's a bit like when you watch the original Alien movie from 1979 with Sigourney Weaver. I mean, and all those characters. It's so well done because it's all physical effects, and the fact that they kept the cast and crew away from the alien, so when it did appear, their emotions were quite high anyway. This terrifyingly dark spaceship that where things are leaking and things are going off, and so on and so forth. It's such a strange and wonderful time when they did that kind of stuff. They're starting to do you know, it's really weird, isn't it, how time and things loop round. I mean, I'm sure that if you're old enough, a certain age, you'll notice the music of a certain generation is re-looping itself. Suddenly, for me, it's the 80s and 90s. You're hearing the same sounds again. You're going, hang on a minute, that's exactly the same sound, and it's now looping quite nicely. It's the same very much for a little bit with fashion as well. There's quite a move from fashion to sort of head back into the 80s and 90s again, and it's certainly the same. I think with certain movies, there's like they've done all of the CGI graphics, they've done all the stuff where it's AI, and they can tell now. And I mean, to be fair, AI is currently going, but it's boring as hell. I mean, seriously, it really is. If you're using it for here's a simple tip: if you're ever applying for a job now, people can spot AI. They can spot it a million miles off. Do not use it to replace the human mind just yet, because I'll be brutally honest, it doesn't do it. You have to review the text yourself and know what it is, and also know what's in your own CV. You know, when somebody's doing that. So, honestly, what people are doing nowadays is mental, and Microsoft is hammering it into all of its products. Here, have Copilot this. You open up Notepad. Notepad is used for writing text documents, and there it is. Get Copilot to formalize your Notepad entry. Think how ridiculous that actually is. That's ridiculous. You're using It's mental anyway, but it's really obvious nowadays. If you see that little minus sign in the middle of a text, and I'll be honest, I sometimes use AI myself, but I always review the text, re-edit the text, and it's never right the first time round. AI isn't perfect, and at this moment in time, regardless if you think it's going to be perfect, I don't think it will be. It's like there's no substitute for doing it yourself, or at least writing the bulk of it yourself and having something else sort it, tidy it. I mean, things like old programs, used to do this. There was grammar programs in the past that did this kind of thing, and just... Yeah, I'm not sure I want to swamp into anything. This is the example of why I think it's not as good as it could be. As I was writing a review for it on Amazon for a product that I got, and it gives you suggestions about the things that you should do. I might be able to use the joystick for this actually. Suggestions that you know of things that you should include, and it's clearly AI because it's reading a text as you're doing it. And one of the things was value. I used the words solid value for money. But according to the AI, I didn't tell you whether it was value for money, because it didn't know how to use the word solid in the context of the word value. It just didn't know. Rubbish, if you ask me. Utter rubbish. So basically, this is the thing. He's having to deal with an evil goblin. I know the feeling. And you've got to find computer parts scattered around a factory. There are 11 pipes to travel around and lots of directions to go. So I'm going to try see if pressing fireworks. No, it doesn't. And it's super fast as well. Written by Chris Fungus, Sean Pete. Commodore 64 version by Jason and Mark. Mental game. Look how fast it is. I mean, it's impressively fast. 1 for keyboard, yep. 2 for Kempston. 3 for curse keys. 4, I think it's the one I need. 4. Yeah, I think it is 4. What am I doing? Where are we going? Please bounce out of this thing. I'm spinning around all over the place. Yeah, this is how I feel about this game, though. It's super fast. I'm not even on the factory floor yet. I'm rolling around. I don't know how to move up and down. Oh, there we go. We're on the factory floor now. So I literally had what I would call zero control on this game just a moment ago. There's a part that I need. Yeah, that's honestly. Yeah, I'm really. Yeah, you can take it or leave it. That one. I'm not a massive fan of it. I don't know. Anybody else really like it? I find it. I think even now it's too fast. That is a real. That's a travesty, realistically. Because if it was just a bit tad slower, I think it would be much more playable. I don't know who played that and went, "Oh, this is a great game," because sometimes I wonder about the play testing of the time. Next one though, Stone Cold Classic, Auf Wiedersehen Monte. I don't know why I said it like that, but anyway. It's got Jimmy Nail in it. He sings. I know, I'm kidding. The Monty is here. QW, PL, and Space Tech Jumpage. Collect stuffage and escape. Can you help Monty find the last flight to freedom? He must flee Europe. He is fleeing Europe. He must acquire various things to leave. Heavy duty footwear. No, he must avoid heavy duty footwear. I'm assuming that's a ball and chain around his foot. Yeah. I've enjoyed this episode. I hope you have too. It's been a lot of fun. Is that a bonus game? Or is that a Commodore 64 only game? I'm now confused. There's a one there called on the final page called Bulldog. Is Bulldog on here? I've never heard of Bulldog. Have you heard of Bulldog? Well, I've heard of Bulldog. I know what a Bulldog is. It's the old British Bulldog. No, it doesn't say Bulldog on the back of this, so I'm guessing that must be a Commodore 64 only game. Unless it's a bonus game that I didn't know about. Now that I know about, I'll try it. Because we could try that as well. I told you this is going to be a long episode. You strapped yourself in, didn't you? You steered your metal and all that kind of stuff. I love the way that it's clearly the British police with shooting guns. It happens all the time. Right. Look at that loading. We're going to get music as well, though, because we're on the 128k version. I love that. Do you know what I love most? 128k version of Renegade. Extra level. Yeah, music. Sexy, you know? Target Renegade, though, was extra level in that one as well. And it all loads in one. You don't have to do the multi-loading stuff. Oh, amazing. Those are the brilliant games. Those two games, brilliant. There are so many good games in the Spectrum. The Spectrum is just a hive of amazingness. And it's also amazing that we're still getting games in 2025 for a computer that was released in 1982. 43 years later, and there are still new games being created for it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's amazing. It's still being released from many systems, but it's amazing. It's great. What I want to see, though, is I want them to hit. I want to see them hit the youth of today. You know, the youthage. And I want to see it on. I know they're on things like itch.io and stuff like that, but I want to see it getting slammed in the faces of the youth of today. Then, you need to love the Spectrum, love Sir Clive, a proper innovator and an actual inventor. Not particularly good with the old money element of it, but certainly a very well. Maybe I probably the wrong statement there, because I mean he didn't die a poor man. He died a multi-millionaire. But the point is that he wasn't particularly good at the old marketing. And no, he's good at marketing. I lie. There was lots of things he was very, very good at, but there was something. I mean, he sold the Spectrum on. He didn't progress that, and they kind of went a weird direction. Yeah, there was some poor decision making. That's what we'll go with. Some poor decision making at the time. I mean, to be fair, he didn't need to work beyond that. You know, once you'd finished the Spectrum and all the other things that went with it, realistically, he didn't need to make it and do anything else, did he? It's just a shame. I mean, I can't imagine. It must have been nothing worse than flogging the Sinclair brand to Alan Sugar and saying, here you go, there's the brand. And then, of course, Alan Sugar did sell out eventually to Sky and B Sky B. And effectively the brand went to live with them. I don't know who has it now. I think they still do. I think the Spectrum brand's there. I mean, the last thing to be branded with the Sinclair or the Sinclair logo moniker was the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Vega. The Sinclair ZX Spectrum Vega was the last thing. It was meant to be on the little handhelds, but of course, due to all of the messing around with that. I mean, seriously, let's be honest. But when they were making that particular product, the Vega handheld, they could have done it with a Raspberry Pi, and it would have done the job. I mean, that's where we were at, edge technology wise by that point. Yeah, didn't need all of the and fuse and talk to the fuse people and done it with that. I mean, honestly, that's where we were at with. And then all they need to do is concentrate on getting necessary licenses to stick the 1,000 games on that they wanted to do. So that's the point. That we were at that stage. I'm not suggesting they put a Raspberry Pi in it, but I'm saying that it's as simple as that, technology-wise, by that point in time. You didn't need that much power to create something like that. And in fact, the Vega itself is very much an ARM chip that does the bulk of the work, and that's basically it. And I mean, the Vega was probably helped the spawn the rush of mini computers, which now seems to have died off. That love of sort of creating mini computers. I don't see many from Sega or Nintendo at the moment because there was a rush of those. However, I'm quite pleased that I got the Mega Drive sort of 2. I would love some of the Taito stuff that was there. There was a little Taito stuff. But yeah, that rush of mini computers seems to have sort of died off now. We don't seem to be getting those units that we previously got. They don't seem to be existing. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. I quite liked them. I thought they were quite nice, but I think they were a novelty item. They're a bit like going on holiday and buying some rock from Blackpool or something similar and a hat that says "Kiss Me Quick." They were kind of that of the device market. They really were. You know, even the PlayStation. I think the most cynical one was Sony when they did the PlayStation 1 release. That was probably one of the most cynical, things you could possibly do. Anyway, what's the controls for this? I don't know what the controls are. Just read them out to you. Don't know what they are. WPL and space. Right, 0. So there's Monty Mole. And I've just died because I'm an idiot. We've got some points. Oh, damn it. We're in Gibraltar already. What the heck with this thing here? Monty, behave. Let's run up this. There we go. Oh, blooming heck. No! I always lusted after the original Wanted Monty Mole. I always thought that was a fantastic game. Are you going to go for it? Are we meant to collect these? Yes, we are. Oh, it's a bouncy one. So's that one. We'll bounce all the way up here. EC. Oh, euros. Those are euros, the cash. Little Bugs Bunny type character there. Cool. Let's see if we can get out of this level by bouncing all the way up again. Come on. No. I get some air. Not sure what the air is. Oh, they kill you. That's great. Oh, that doesn't kill you, but you can climb up it. Okay. Is that alcohol? Oh no, I'm drunk. I got drunk. Monty smashed. Not a good move, Monty. I got smashed as Monty Mole. I'm smashed again. Just need to hold the button down until he gets unsmashed, because otherwise you'll go like a lunatic everywhere. We'll drink the Campari and soda there. That's what it is. The Campari. Always is. More alcohol. Well, I think we're drunk beyond being drunk. Oh, I've eaten mushrooms and I've died. What a game. What a game. Monty the Mole. Which is your favourite? I still think I like Wanted best, because I think it's a very doable game, but it's a very hard game. I think that's my problem. My favourite. I think when you get a little bit more too open worldy, I think that they lost their way a little bit. Right. Let's see if this is Rebounder. So Bounder was the first game where you sort of was top down, sort of like you were like a tennis ball, which is very apt because we're getting into we're almost into tennis season in the UK with Wimbledon week. Or Wimbledon 2 weeks, isn't it? It's not a Wimbledon week, it's 2 weeks. It's very much shortly actually. I think it starts next week. Anyway, so you're a tennis ball, armed to the teeth, bouncing through a level. And this is sort of the next iteration where he's like armoured with a helmet with a spike on it, all of the things that you would expect. 2 lasers, shooting everywhere. He's like an 80s action star. No, that's what they did. You know, everybody could hit everybody with just shooting in random directions and shooting the gun sideways and all that. Nowadays we demand realism. It's bizarre, isn't it? You know, you watch Keanu Reeves and John Wick, and he's gone for specialised training to It would be nice if it was loading, though. Oh no, that's it. That's all 10. So those must be these were for the Commodore 64. Oh, I can't believe it. There I am, just yakking away. Yeah, but we demand realism, don't we? We expect Keanu Reeves to be able to point the gun in the right direction. We count the number of bullets that come out of his gun, or the number of and say, "Yep, that's the right number of chambered weapons going in and out." Anyway, that's it. I can't believe it. I feel like we've been here for ages. Anyway, 2 weeks off. I'll be back. First week back, we'll get a choice of 2 games for the end of the season. I've got plenty of other tapes to go through. There's tons of stuffs. I'll try and get some Mr. Hare. I'm going to do a bit of recording in between. I hope you're enjoying the things that are up there at the moment. I hope you're having a little look at some of the weird and wonderful indie stuff that I've been doing, because I love indie games, so I've been doing quite a lot of indie games. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. I'll be back soon with another season of our long running series. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.